Hi friends, 2023 has been a great year for Tata stocks. As you can see on my screen, Tata stocks have given close to 6 lakh crore of gains, 3 multi-baggers and 1 rockstar IPO which was Tata Technologies. So in this video, I've picked up 4 to 5 good Tata stocks and I will give you my unbiased analysis and approach on these 4 to 5 stocks in terms of their business strengths, their fundamentals, their risks, the opportunities and also valuation side of it. It is going to be unbiased opinion. I do not have any stakes in Tata stocks just yet. Please make some notes and do further research before you take any investment calls. With that, let's get this video started. So the first stock that I'm going to pick up is Tata Motors Limited. At the time of recording this video, the stock is trading at 790 rupees level. And if you look at the last 3 years, the Tata Motors has given 309% returns from a stock perspective. Last 1 year, the stock price has doubled, right? Now, if I bring you to the chart history in the last 3 years and 2 important points that we need to note here. Number one is that from almost October 2021 to let us say June 2023, almost 18 months of period, the stock has been consolidating at a level of 420, 430, 440 and it has stayed at that level, right? And then from June 23 onwards, all of a sudden the stock started to go up and have almost doubled within the 12 months time period. What has led to this growth in the last 12 months? I will present to you some data and some analysis so that we understand the growth momentum behind this stock. So for that, if I just come back and show you the profitability of this stock in the last trailing 12 months, if you see, the profits has compounded by 269%. And this is one of the key reasons that everybody is going crazy about this stock. If you look at last 5 years and 10 years, the stock was actually making losses, right? Now, why this tide has turned over, I will present to you some data so that you understand the meaningful way of analyzing stocks as well, right? Now, if I come back and show you here the stakeholders patterns here, shareholding patterns here, you will see promoters in the last 3 years has raised their stakes from 42% to 46%. Likewise, FIIs have raised their stakes from 15% to 18%. DIIs also have gone up from 12% to 17%. Overall, everybody is going massively crazy about Tata Motors stock. Let me now present to you why the stock is getting such attention from the market. So if you read the financials of Tata Motors, you will notice that H1 23 versus H1 24. So between March 23 to September 23, the company's revenues have grown closely 36%, right? And if you look at the EBIT margin, you will see that it has gone by almost 8 times. So from 1000 crores to 7.8 thousand crores, which is a 8 times growth in EBIT margins. And also if you look at the profit before tax, it used to be in losses minus 6.7 thousand crores. It has gone up to 11.4 thousand crores. That is a massive growth in profit before tax in just 6 months of period, right? Also, if you look at the free cash flow, FCF here, you will notice that it used to be in minus 8.8 thousand crores and it has gone up to 6.4 thousand crores. As a result of this free cash flow, what the company is doing is it is deleveraging its business. It is reducing its debt. Let me show you the debt numbers as well. And you will notice here that the overall debt, the company carrying net auto debt has gone down from 48,000 crores to 38,000 crores. And also if I read the commentary of their management, what you will notice here is that Tata Motors India, so Tata Motors India right now here is 7.6 thousand crores of debt. What company is saying is that we are very confident this business will go net cash by the end of this year. And JLR, which carries the next maximum debt, which is 22.8 thousand crores, it will be done and dusted by the next year. So overall, the fundamentals of the company has improved like anything in the last 12 months, and that is why investors are flocking to get this stock, right? But also let me tell you why the company is growing like this. Where is this profit coming from actually? People think that it is coming from the EV business, which is not the case, which is a myth actually. So let me walk you through some numbers and you understand where the growth is coming from. So for that, if I come and show you their group financials, you will notice that quarter ended September 30, 2023, JLR revenues are 71,000 crores out of 105,000 crores. That is roughly 67% of their revenues are coming from JLR. If you look at the previous year, 2022, the same JLR was producing 50,000 crores of revenues out of 80,000 crores revenue. That is close to 62%. So overall JLR revenue contribution has gone up. But more importantly, if you look here, JLR actually used to be in losses. If you see the profits here, they used to be in loss, 1600 crores here, if you see. But in 2023, it has gone up to 4,000 crore rupees of profit. Their main growth is coming from JLR business. If you look at the Tata passenger vehicles, 1,200 crore rupees of revenues. It's a flat growth from a revenue perspective. So EV business right now, it is not driving the growth. The main growth driver is the JLR business, which is growing at a phenomenal rate in the last 12 months. Now you will ask me that all these financials are all fine, Rahul. Just tell us whether we should buy this stock, sell it or hold it. Look, I can't give you recommendations, but here is my view on Tata Motors. I do not have any stake in Tata Motors as of now. And I don't plan to take any fresh entries right now because of 2 or 3 risks that we need to understand, right? So if I show you this slide here, you will see that Tata Motors JLR business is very much a global business. If you see the numbers, there is revenue growth coming from UK, from North America, from Europe, from China and overseas as well. What does this mean is in 2024, more than 40 countries are going to see elections. We don't know what is going to be the market's mood in 2024. It is going to be very, very uncertain in my view. Nobody can predict the market. And if there is any corrections, if there is any FII selling that is happening, Tata Motors stock is going to see profit booking in my view, and therefore the prices might get corrected. So the risk reward ratio here is not very conducive. The stock might go up by 20, 25%, 30%, but if it corrects, then it is going to correct by maybe 50%, 60%. So the risk versus reward ratio right now from a fresh entry perspective, I personally am not taking any entries right now. People who have got this stock at 400 rupees, 500 rupees, maybe it is a long-term bet for you. You have to decide it for yourself. I've given you a few pointers in terms of where the growth is coming from, where is the likely risk going to be in 2024, and accordingly you can make your decision. If you're liking this sort of analysis, a humble request for you to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you, and more importantly, let me know what is your view on Tata Motors. Do you have any stocks from Tata Motors, and would you like to hold it or would you like to sell it in this 2024? Let me know in the comments. I love to read your comments. Let's move to stock number 2, which is Tata Power Company Limited. On my YouTube member community, recently I created a very, very comprehensive post analyzing the fundamentals of this company, talking about the debt of this company, talking about a lot of things about this company's fundamentals, and I post such analysis on my YouTube member community. And if you want to get such periodic updates, you can consider joining my YouTube member community. But coming back to Tata Power's price chart, you will see in the last few years, during COVID time, it was trading at around 28 level because of the overall markets were down. It has gone crazy and it has gone to like 222 levels. So it has given close to 9 times return in just 2 years time. And then it has seen a period of consolidation for almost 18 months. Very similar story to what happened to Tata Motors that we saw previously. A long period of consolidation at around 220, 230 levels. And last 2 or 3 months in 2023, it has started to give a good run up now and is now trading at around 340 levels, right? Now, what has happened to this stock from a fundamentals perspective? Let me come back and show it to you. What you will see in their P&L is that post-COVID, their revenues in the 3 years have almost doubled from 29,000 to 55,000, just shied away from doubling actually. And from a profit perspective, the company's profit have almost tripled in the last 3 years. Because of this, the company's stock performance has been really, really good in the last 3 years. If you look at the last 3 years period, right? If I now talk about the shareholding patterns, you will notice a different pattern than Tata Motors. You will see the promoters have stayed constant in terms of the stakes, but FIIs and DIIs both in the last 3 years have dumped the stock. If you see that, their stakes have come down, right? So very different pattern from what we saw in Tata Motors. Let me now present to you their recent quarterly updates. And in terms of figures, you will see that their transmission and distribution business is giving them their maximum revenues, right? Out of 15,000 crores, 9,000 are coming from transmission and distributing the electricity. And there the growth is looking decent from 9,000 crores to 9,400 crores. From profitability, EBITDA and PAT perspective, decent 20%, 25% growth is what we can see here. Renewable sector or business unit of this company is doing much, much better. If you see from a profitability perspective, profit is up, the revenues are up. My biggest concern right now with Tata Powers is their thermal generation business, coal mining business. And if you see that revenues are up quarter on quarter, albeit a flattish growth here, but from an EBITDA perspective, from a profitability perspective, it is massively down. This is one of the reasons that I do not like this company, because this company has got thermal business and they've got the renewable business and they've got the transmission and distribution business. I'm okay with transmission and distribution business. I'm absolutely fine with the renewable sector business, because overall renewable sector is going to do much better in the next 5 to 7 years if a company has got good management. No doubt the renewable sector is going to give good growth, but thermal generation is what I personally do not like because of a lot of dependencies on the coal prices. Let me talk about the coal prices. If you see page 5 of their earnings presentation, you will notice that in 2022, the coal prices were running at around $135 to $140, while in 2023, they dropped to $80, right? And this is a significant drop, because of which the company was actually making losses in their thermal business. So this is where I say that thermal business is highly dependent on the coal prices. And in my view, I do not like that business, because you have to be really tracking the coal prices to be able to understand when to enter the stock, when to exit the stock. It is not about the charts. It is actually about the commodity prices like coal, right? Now, if I come back and talk about their solar business, you will see that from a solar business perspective, the company is doing pretty good. In fact, they have the order book of 6,655 crores. Albeit, if you see, that has come down slightly from the previous quarters because they terminated some of the projects. So whenever you're looking at the order books, please make sure the movement is also looking healthy, that it is not terminating a lot of projects. But overall, from a solar business perspective, I like Tata Power because it is growing business. And in terms of the valuation, if I look at the PE right now at 31.29 versus sector PE of 28, so slightly overvalued from a sector's perspective. In my view, Tata Power is a good stock, no doubt about it. But right now, the pricing is slightly on the higher side. I would wait for this to get corrected personally and take some positions into this stock, because the coal prices are now at rock bottom. And if the coal prices go up in 2024 or 2025, what is likely to happen is that thermal business is going to give better returns, better profitability, and overall the business might grow. Again, I'm not recommending the stock at all here. Please do not take this as a recommendation. I am simply giving you the direction in which business is going, which business unit is giving better revenues, which business unit is lagging behind. And if you're liking this sort of analysis, a humble request for you to like the video. Let me know in the comments a simple thank you. It will motivate me to do some more research for you and give you good content at zero cost. With that, let's move to stock number 3. Third stock that I want to talk about is Tata Chemical Limited. Overall chemical sector in 2023 has been very down. But if you look at Tata Chemicals performance last 1 year, it has given 15% returns. So in the context of chemical sector not doing well, this I think is a decent growth. But if you look at the last 1 month, the stock has appreciated close to 8%. So there is a big momentum happening in this stock in the last 1 month. I'll explain to you why the investors are considering to enter into this stock right now, not from a technical perspective, all from a fundamental perspective. But before I do that, let me come back and talk about the PE ratio. Right now, 12.23, sector is at 25. So it is massively down from that perspective. PB is 1.37, sector PB is 3.32, right? So from a valuation perspective, it is very down. But if you look at the peers here and look at the performance of peers here, so if you go there and have a look, you will see that Tata Chemicals, Pidilite, SRF, and PI Industries, from that perspective, it is at a very low valuation. Is it because the stock is bad, or is it that the stock is undervalued? For which, let us go and have a look at their fundamentals to understand that. So if I take you to their P&L, few points that very quickly we will note that last 5 years between 2017 and 2021, the revenue growth has been very flat. And if you look at the net profits, that has been very erratic, if you like, 7,000 crores to 400 crores. I mean, that is very erratic and very uncertain behavior from a stock perspective. But last 2 years, if you see March 2022, 2023, the revenues have grown at a very good rate. And more importantly, if you look at the operating profit margins, they have gone up to 23%, 22% in the last few years, except that 2018. All other years, their operating profit margins have been very low. But overall, from a profit growth perspective, last 3 years, it has been negative. It has now come down to trailing 12 month at 0% growth. But if I walk you through some of the shareholding patterns, you will see promoter stake has been constant in the last 3 years. FIIs actually have gone up. Right, point to be noted here. DIIs have sold the stakes. So again, point to be noted here, right? Now, if I come back and talk about Tata Chemicals' main business drivers, soda ash is the product. 52% of their revenues come from soda ash, right? Also, recently they acquired a company called Rallis India Limited, which is into crop protection, and that is bringing some revenues to the table, right? Now, if I come back and talk about their quarterly performance, you will see that the revenues have been flat. EBITDA has been flat. Profits have been flat, so there is not much growth in 2023 from a profitability, from a revenues perspective. As I said, overall the chemical sector is down, so Tata Chemicals is no exception to that particular current trend that is happening, right? Now, if I come down and talk about their individual units, this is important here. Let's please pay attention here, because if you see Tata Chemical India is down, their UK subsidiary is down, their Kenya subsidiary is down, their Rallis India subsidiary that they recently acquired is down, except their US business. all other subsidiaries are actually down from a revenue and profitability perspective. Now this may change in 2024, and let me now walk you through why the investors are flocking for this stock in the last 1 month. That is why the stock has given 8% returns, right? So for that, if we come down and just read their commentary, what is happening from an India business perspective? India business is down, which is close to their 33% of the business, right? Why it is down is because of soda ash being imported from Turkey to India because of the low prices offered by the Turkey market, right? That is where Indians are not buying it from Tata Chemicals, they are buying it from Turkey, right? This export from Turkey has almost doubled, right? This is one of the reasons that they are not able to get good profitability in the Indian market context. But this may change slightly because of what is happening recently from a geopolitical perspective. So Red Sea troubles that you might have heard in Google. If you have not heard about it, please go and read it. What is happening in Suez Canal, in Red Sea, shipments are being delayed, because of which the company thinks that the import from Turkey into India is going to get impacted, right? In the month of December onwards, January, February onwards, right? And this Suez Canal actually holds 12% of global trade, right? So a lot of trade comes into India from the Suez Canal. So that is going to impact the imports from Turkey. And if that happens, their Indian business is likely to get benefited. So hopefully in 2024, their Indian business might do better in terms of the pricing and the profitability, right? Now, again, I'm not guaranteeing it. Nobody's guaranteeing it, but this is the direction where people are talking about, the investors are talking about, right? Also, the second point is that their European contract are going to be up for renewal from January to December, and the company thinks that that renewal is going to give them some growth as well. Now, these are the two trigger points that might take the revenues and profitabilities to some level of growth, and therefore, in my view, investors are right now looking to enter into this stock, right? Now, people always look at the technical charts to find out when to enter into stock, when to exit a stock, but please understand all the technical patterns are made by the investors' behavior itself, right? Last 1 month, investors are buying this stock, and that is shown in the technical charts. And then somebody will say that, oh, the moving average is like this, therefore we need to enter into the stock. But I am taking you to the fundamental sides of the stock, that why the investors are now thinking about investing in this stock, because of these two triggers, mainly from an investor community perspective. This is not my recommendation for you to enter into stock. I may take some positions, I may not take positions into this stock. It all depends on the pricing and what happens in the next few weeks, right? I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and if you did, hit the like button. Let me know a simple thank you in the comments. It will motivate me to continue to do a lot of research and present to you unbiased analysis. Fourth stock that I want to talk about is Tata Technologies Limited. I did a full video on Tata Technologies Limited, and let me play 2 minutes clip from that video so that you understand whether Tata Technologies is different from TCS or Tata Elxsi, and what is so special about this company. Is it an IT company? Is it not an IT company? 2 minutes of this clip will make all of that very clear to you. If you've already watched my Tata Technologies full video, you can skip it. But if you've not watched that, then this 2 minute is quite important and crucial for you. Please watch it. What is so special about this company? What is the key strength, core strength of this company? So if you go to page number 38, you will see that year ended 2023, close to 60% of their revenues are coming from top 5 clients. Now, many people will say that this is a concentration risk, that their 60% revenues are coming from 5 clients. And if tomorrow something were to happen to those 5 clients, then the company is doomed. I see that as a biggest strength for this company, because if you look at the names of these clients, you will see page number 37. Top 3 clients out of those 5 are Jaguar Land Rover Automotive, number 2 is Tata Motors, and number 3 is VinFast. Now, out of these 3, JLR and Tata Motors, they are actually Tata Group's company. They are only going to give the business to Tata Technologies. Who else, right? More importantly, if we see page number 173, you will see something very, very special in terms of the future growth. Tata Motors, for example, has committed to spend 1.8 billion US dollars between 2022 and 2027 in the EV segment. Extremely important point from the future growth perspective. Point number 2, JLR plan to invest annually $3.5 billion in order to take all the Jaguars and 60% of Land Rovers electric by 2030. So there is a substantial investment that is going to happen from Tata Motors as well as JLR in the next 5 to 7 years, and therefore the company is less relying on other clients to come and give the business. There is a lot of predictability when it comes to the revenue growth, when it comes to the profitability growth for this company, and to me that is like business sealed already, and this is biggest key strength of this company versus companies like KPIT that I'll talk about in the upcoming few minutes. But I hope this point is very clear to you that this company, this is their business mode, this is their USP right now, that the 60% of their revenues are coming from the top 5 clients, and out of that JLR and Tata Motors are the 2 top clients. Therefore the predictability of revenues and profits is almost guaranteed. So hopefully this 2 minutes of clip would have given you a lot of details about Tata Technologies Limited. It's a fundamentally strong company. But when it comes to valuation of this company, let me walk you through that the company's IPO was issued at 500 rupees. The company got listed at 1200 rupees, which is 140% of the premium. It was a mega success from a Tata's perspective. And the stock ended at 1327 rupees at the listing day, right? If you look at the current prices of the stock, it is trading at around 1171 rupees. So it is down from its IPO price or listing price. But is it a good buy right now? In my view, it is still overvalued. I know there was a good demand for this company because of the strong fundamentals, but in my view, I am still not taking any entry into the Tata Technologies company because the price is still very high. There is going to be profit booking by many investors in the next 6 months, 12 months. So therefore, I am avoiding this stock right now, but there will be an opportunity in this stock at some point in time from a pricing perspective, and I will take that entry and I will announce that onto my YouTube member community. If you're not a member, consider subscribing to my YouTube member community. I would have loved to cover stock number 5 and stock number 6 potentially, but this video is now getting really long and people lose their attention very quickly nowadays. So I'm going to stop here, but let me know in the comments which stock out of the 4 that I talked about is what you're bullish about, or if you hold, let me know your views on that stock. I would love to read your comments, and I hope you're enjoying my videos. If you are enjoying my videos, let me know a simple thank you in the comments. It will motivate me. With that, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, keep rocking.